the quiet part out loud. Yeah, we all have spirit guides. We all have a whole star family. The nature of reality is a whole lot more robust than the bland story that you grew up with. Quite frankly, most of the so-called history that you learned about in your textbooks and had to study and learn, and for you dumb son of a bitches that want to take citizenship here and leave your countries instead of doing right by yourself in your own countries, you drag your raggedy ass here. And it's good to have workers, I understand why you came. But why you don't invest in your own country? Why don't you do right by yourself in your own community before you come over here trying to live the American dream? I'm telling you right now, the dream is over. We're tired of the shit. Fuck a fantasy, fuck a fairy tale. It's all real deal from now on out. And if you can't handle the motherfucking truth, I suggest you stay in your sorry little world until you grow up and can commingle with the adults in the room. I just saw a video, man. Bunch of young kids, man. DC, man. Jumping on the subway, jumping on and off the fucking track. As if that shit is supposed to be cool. The parents, where are all the parents? And you wonder why the graduation rate for most kids in grade school is below most standards across the nation. What are they teaching these niggas? What are they feeding these niggas? Where are the parents for these little niggas? Truth in plain sight. A lot of parents are children. They want to go out there and have loose and rambunctious feelings and emotions, but don't have the mental fortitude to do right by their damn self, and damn sure not to do right by their children. So they set their children up for failure, and the children run loose without a guiding hand, not one that's hitting them, guiding them to a point of greatness. But see, these children, these lost souls, they don't have a leader at home, someone to lead by example. Most of the example that a lot of these unconscious beasts have. Why? It's the fucking celebrity drag list. Whatever show they put on for you dumbasses to follow, while they live their life in a total different manner than the shit you see on your screens and your songs and shit. There are a few honest souls that dig a little deeper. But the greatest message I'm going to give you is, how are you ever going to make it in this world or the next? How are you ever going to make it without intense love for yourself, to keep yourself out of the bullshit, to keep your mouth from running off, to keep the confusion out of your life? You gotta have a whole lot of love for self. Because through the intense loving of self, you show the world how to treat you. And through that intense self-love, and once you know the law of one, that we all sovereign beings in our own walk, having a divine experience here in this world that we call home. It's called Earth, you know. These inner lands, this little segment of, well, we live on the remnants of the former planet. Well, Tiamat. That was destroyed in antiquity. We live on the remnants of that. Understand truth here. There's a whole lot more to the game of life if you allow yourself to have a divine experience in this moment for self. And what you may end up finding out once you do open your mind to a level that's greater than the confusion that you adopted since some point in childhood for that loose programming and tell you all this shit to worry about in the world. Like your fake slavery shit. But I give a fuck about that. They told you that all your family members got whooped in the fucking field, but how about this? How about hearing a story that ain't got shit to do with you? That's a fairy tale. A story. You can find out that most of the so-called history that you have is a whole bunch of horse shit. I mean, your family are gods, kings, warlords. Real motherfuckers that built fucking pyramids. Real motherfuckers that wore the crown. Real gods here. When you know the truth, how can you ever accept another lie? And then when you really start loving yourself, and I tell you, once it starts to resonate deep inside, just like the animals, your soul family will connect with you in some form or fashion. And when we receive what we call downloads, batch information stream right to our mind with a profound message that's just as clear as the day. As clear as I articulate this message right now. You hear it just for you. And all of the so-called time in the world for you to receive your message is right now. And everything else will zoom past like it ain't shit. You look up and down at your clock on your wall or on your phone, and you'll see a few moments here in the amount of time that passed doesn't equate to this divine moment that you're in. The greatest message I received was peace. Peace. You come into great powers, great understanding. And once you really start to really truly love yourself intensely, you won't have no time for the drama. You don't want it around you. You won't even be the engine behind it. Although life circumstances will happen, you understand the importance of maintaining your internal energy, your frequency. You understand how to get to your center. To allow yourself to have the experience to move. But when you come to your center, now you know. But to allow yourself to move with the cycle of life in the most profound manner. Taking each moment as a gift from the Creator of all, for you to change your mind and do a course correction on the life you've been living. A gift in the simplest thing, a moment to think it through, to analyze and observe the life you're living, and to imagine another gift of creativity, of free thought. Now, for the ones that are not truly in love with themselves, and are in love with the world, the physical world, they will have the experience. And it will be most profound. Because through those experiences, through those circumstances of life, they'll be able to have an honest reflection on those experiences when they come into the knowing of self. Profound wisdom through experience. To bring back to this moment and live your truth in the most profound manner. That is a gift. Many people will go the entire situation that they call life without recognizing the gift of creativity, conscious creativity. To know that everything, everyone and everything has a purpose and has a divine lesson to teach and for you to learn if you are observed with all of your eyes open. Not just these two, but your third eye, which is your pineal gland, the source of your great intelligence and so on and so forth. But the real deal is to connect with your full body and not just a piece of your mind. There's a lot of so-called bright people. They have it all right here, but their body has issues. They're not living in the full body. A lot of people have taken life's training manual from their so-called martial arts instructors. They don't give you the real kung fu, the spiritual kind. They don't give you that shit, because they gotta make money. And yoga instructors that tell you to sit still. Or you're fancy. Or they say Western thought leaders that like to sit upright in their chair and say, oh, the Western body isn't as flexible as the Eastern one. Some horse shit that confuse all the dumb niggas with their Kabbalah. Do your thing. But challenge yourself to give up all the rituals and the bullshit. And you imagine how you're going to apply the truth to your life without, well, some of you niggas do need masters because all you is a bunch of fucking slaves. So you'll never recognize the master within and become a god. Like real.